Well, well, well. The Dallas Cowboys have a problem. Did y'all see the game on Sunday? I realized something after watching that game. The Cowboys have a Kavontae Turpin problem. Let's talk Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Welcome, 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 Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Let's talk facts. The Dallas Cowboys signed Kavontae Turpin about 3 years ago from the USFL. He was a wide receiver and kick returner for the New Jersey Generals, I believe it is. He led the league with 544 yards, and he was the MVP of the USFL league in his last year. Well, the Dallas Cowboys signed him. They signed him on a pretty dirt cheap deal. But the problem is, the Cowboys signed Kavontae Turpin, and Kavontae Turpin is not good. The problem for the Dallas Cowboys is that Kavontae Turpin is actually great. Kavontae Turpin, especially when you think about the season they're having this year, Kavontae Turpin has literally outplayed his contract. I want you to look at Kavontae Turpin's stats. His stats as a wide receiver, they don't necessarily blow you away. He's the fourth wide receiver on the team. He has 21 receptions, 276 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 13.1 yard per catch average. But when you think about this, it's not actually his fault that he has not produced that good. The problem is when you think about him as a wide receiver, the Cowboys have not used him the way they should be using him. But the problem that the Dallas Cowboy has is not his wide receiver stats. The problem that the Cowboys have are his kick returner stats. Now let's look at those. When you look at the kick returner stats, the Cowboys have a problem. Kavontae Turpin is going to be all pro. Kavontae Turpin right now is the leading kick returner in the NFL. Kavontae Turpin has played 11 games. He has 21 kick returns. He has 762 kick return yards, and his average kick return is 36.3. He has a kickoff return for a touchdown, and he has a 99-yard kickoff return, of which he ran this past weekend against the Commanders, and I'm going to show you that in just a moment. Kavontae Turpin, his punt returns, he's got 10 punt returns, 144 punt return yards, 14.4 yards punt return average, 1 punt return TD, punt return longest 60 yards. And I want you to think about this part. They're kicking the ball away from him most of the time when they kick the kickoff. The punts, they're strategically kicking them high so that the coverage team can get down and cover Kavontae Turpin. And with all of that, Kavontae Turpin is the number 1 kick returner in the league, and he's their number 4 wide receiver. The problem for the Dallas Cowboys is Kavontae Turpin is severely underpaid. Kavontae Turpin in 2022 signed with the Dallas Cowboys for a $2.5 million deal, as we can see here on Sports Track. He made $705,000 2022, he made $870,000 in 2023, and he made $985,000 and that's what he's making in 2024. Again, the problem is he has outplayed that contract. And the problem is not only has he outplayed that contract, the problem is his contract is up at the end of the season. The other problem is for the Dallas Cowboys is that the Joneses are extremely cheap. And so as you can see here, Kavontae Turpin is going to be what's called a restricted free agent. And let me key you in on what this means as a restricted free agent. And this is another problem for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, for those of us who don't understand this language of restricted versus unrestricted, restricted free agents have 3 accrued seasons of service. When their contracts expire, they can agree to an offer sheet with a new team, but their former team has a few days to match the offer. If the former team matches, the player must stay with the team. If the former team doesn't match, they may receive draft choice compensation. Again, the problem is the Dallas Cowboys are extremely cheap. And they may take the road of getting draft pick compensation. Because the issue with Kavontae Turpin is Kavontae Turpin is worth way more than $2.5 million over 3 seasons. Kavontae Turpin, I mean, just in my estimation, Kavontae Turpin is probably going to command something like $5 million a season, maybe a 4-year, $20 million deal with $15 or $16 million guaranteed, or maybe he does a $28 million deal, $7 million per year, $21 million guaranteed, and who knows what the signing bonus is on both of those. But the issue is the Cowboys are cheap. That's the problem. And again, the problem is the Cowboys are cheap, and so if they allow Kavontae Turpin to get out there in the market, and there are offers made for Kavontae Turpin, the problem is, as cheap as the Cowboys are, they may not match what someone else is offering Kavontae Turpin. I mean, can you imagine Kavontae Turpin with a true contender? The Detroit Lions, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens, teams of that nature, they will be salivating to get a Kavontae Turpin. I can only imagine what Ben Johnson in Detroit would do with a Kavontae Turpin with all of that speed, not only on kickoff returns, but also as a wide receiver. Cowboy fans, as we look at some of these highlights of Kavontae Turpin, the Cowboys have a serious problem. Kavontae Turpin right now. Why wait to sign Kavontae Turpin? Dallas Cowboys. Why wait to sign Kavontae Turpin? Kavontae Turpin, here he is again. Kavontae Turpin. You better believe this kid is absolutely dynamite. The Cowboys can solve this problem easy. Sign Kavontae Turpin now. If I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I don't wait another game to sign Kavontae Turpin. I would have Kavontae Turpin in the office no later than Tuesday. I'm going to have his agent in my office, and I'm going to sign Kavontae Turpin to another 3-year extension, and I'm going to make him the highest paid kickoff returner in the league. Because I truly believe that's what's going to happen for Kavontae Turpin. The Cowboys are going to find themselves having to match what is someone willing to pay Kavontae Turpin for not only being the highest, what are they going to be willing to pay him for being not only the best kickoff returner in the league, but also someone who can be a pivotal part of your offense if you can just find creative ways to get him the ball in space. I'm afraid, y'all, that we may lose Kavontae Turpin in 2025 because the Cowboys are so cheap. They're never proactive. They don't sign their players early. I just don't understand the Joneses. They could fix so many of these problems. But again, The Dallas Cowboys have a Kavontae Turpin problem.